Hello everybody, welcome to Sin City Living. My name is Jason. I'll be bringing you today's episode. As always, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Our usual shout out of appreciation to our patrons. We appreciate all those tips and support. Only going to go towards making the channel better and hopefully adding more games in over time. I hope you guys are enjoying those exclusive videos that we're putting out for you guys every single week. And if you have any suggestions, please email us on that site. And if anybody here has any strategies or questions, anything they would like us to film, please email us at sincityliving.lv@gmail.com. I do want to caution with strategies, by the way, if you email us a strategy, please make sure that your strategy could be truncated down into maybe 6 to 10 short sentences. Otherwise, it's just not something that we're going to be able to film in the length of time that we keep all of our videos at under 20 minutes. I can't have a 3-page or 2-page or even a 1-page email that I'm trying to read out loud and build this up and go from there. So if the strategy is too complex, too many if-then variables, it's not something we're going to be able to film unless we were making a multi-parter, which is not something we generally are wanting to do. So for today, I want to go over a strategy that was sent to us. This one is it's relatively basic. They have an idea, and I do really like what they are doing. Now, they say that they still play on $5 tables. Now, $5 tables absolutely can still be found. They are extraordinarily rare. I cannot think off the top of my head of a single place here in Vegas that has them right now. I'm sure there's at least one somewhere. But all the usual places, or the 10, 15 places that I knew of pre-pandemic that had $5 tables or even $3 tables are 10 at the lowest. So I'm not aware of exactly where the $5 tables are. But this strategy, they set this up for $5 tables. So they do exactly what I like. They go across, they include every number. And all they do is they power press. They do them individually, no system number presses. They're just doing individual presses. Well, I can't say power press. They power press at the beginning. And I will show you what that means. For any of these outside numbers, they go straight from 5 up to 15. So in the case of a 4 or a 10, they would need to throw in $1. In the case of a 5 or a 9, to take them, just the one that hit, up to 15, they're going to have to throw in $3. So nothing too onerous. It's certainly not going to kill you right there. Now after that, they go up to $30. And then from there, they go to a standard pressing situation. Actually, from the beginning, they power press the first time, then they go to a standard pressing situation. Standard pressing is where you're just doubling your bet. When you say press, the dealer should double your bet. If they ask any questions or ask what you want to go to, then they don't actually remember what press means. Press by itself, not press 1 unit or press X number of units, but press by itself just means double my bet. So that's what this strategy is based off of on the 4, 5, 9, and 10. Now for the 6 and 8, they do it somewhat similar, except they're going to have to throw in $5, and they're going to take either one of them, whichever one hits, they take it up to 18. And let's just say the other one hits as well, so they throw in $5, take them up to 18. And then from there, they go to 30. And then after that, they start doing regular, just double my bet presses. The reason that they enjoy this bet, actually, let me show it to you. I'm going to set up their progression. But I'm only going to use, let's see what's best in the camera. Yeah, let's use these 3 numbers, okay? So we'll put the point over here. So we'll use these 3 numbers. So you're going to start at, this player's going to start at 6. These guys are going to start at 5. All right, so they go to 15. Next, going to go to 30. After that, I'm being sloppy right now. I know I'll clean this up as I get going on it. Had a long day at work today, so my hands are not in the greatest of shape. Now, with most of these bets, they're actually identical for all of the numbers. Once they get to this third hit, their idea is that it doesn't matter what number hits, their bet progression is the same. On the third hit, they take their bet to 30. Doesn't matter if the point is 10, a 9, an 8, a 6, a 5, or a 4. Okay? At first, these go to 15 while this one goes to 18. But after that, this one goes to 30, as do these. So that's part of their intent. That's part of their idea here, is that they know what all their bets are going to be after the third hit of it. So it's very, very simple for them to know the progression. Also, since they're just doubling their bet. They're just doubling their bet, which makes things certainly doable. Absolutely doable. The issue that I see here is what you can hopefully see if you're looking, as you're looking down on this, is the complexity of these bets. They are not difficult bets as far as the raw numbers go. I can tell you, as I just glance at these bets, I could not, for a lot of them, I could not instantly rattle off the payout for any of them in the back. You know, the front is easy. It's 7, 21, 42, and 84. That's simple. And then from here, it's also really, really easy. But when you get back into here, it's going to make the dealer stop. The dealer is definitely going to have to stop. I mean, for instance, 240. Well, the first thing you have to think of is, okay, what the hell is the VIG? Well, the VIG is $12. Okay, no problem. Then you got to double it. 480 minus 12. And now we're looking at 468. It's going to pay $468 if that hits. But then they want to press it. So now they've got to go, okay, 240. Now we're going up to 480. So they got to cut it all out into the come and then take this out, and they have to build the bet. And the reason that they're going to have to build the bet all nice and slow like that is what I consider the primary problem with this. This bet right here, the 6 hit, 3 colors worth of checks. Here you've got 2 colors worth of checks, and even here you've got 2 colors worth of checks. Okay, but now you're looking at 3 colors worth of checks. It gets even worse here. You've got 4 colors worth of checks. These are the kind of bets the dealers are like, seriously, what the bleep? Because we have to sit here and just literally break all of this stuff down. I mean, we get to this one, and where are we at? We're $960. $960 9. Okay, fantastic. Well, even if we break this down, 500 is easy because it's in units of 5. So then we get 460. So the first thing we look at is 46 a standard bet? No, 46 is not a standard bet, so I have no freaking clue. Okay, so what about 45? So now I go, okay, 5 pays 7, 45 pays 63, which means 450 pays 630. So now 7 plus 630, we're 1330 plus 14, so we're $1,444 that we have to cut out. That's the progression the dealer has to do in their head when this hits. It's very, very, very slow. It's also very difficult to have it up here, and it's sloppy. It's just too many colors. These are just too many colors. These are not standard progression type bets, so it's going to slow the game down. Not a problem with these bets. They're all proper bets, and they're not super difficult to pay, but this is going to make the box and the dealer go, oh, you got to be kidding me. In fact, I actually had something very similar to this not too long ago. It was a martingale place bet player that we ended up beating because they went somewhere around, I think it was 9-7 outs without ever hitting a 6 or an 8. So they had already reached table max, so they ended up losing many, many, many thousands of dollars because of their martingale system. And we had something very similar to these bets. These are extremely, extremely, extremely difficult, especially when you get into multiple colors, which is why you kind of have some of these standard progressions. Now, I will tell you that a $60 5 or 9, that's actually pretty darn standard. We see that a lot. Now, if you wanted to press it up from there, I would not suggest 120. Throw in the extra $5 to go to 125 because this is a super standard bet. Extremely standard bet. It's very popular because just like with some of the other ones that we've already shown you in the past, and I may show you here, it pays all in black and green. It does not get any red. The problem with these payouts is not only are these bets in 3 to 4 colors. The payouts are in 3 to 4 colors, which is just super complex. I can pay this one quick. Pay this one super, super, super quick. And from here, you even have a fairly standard progression of still just a regular press of straight up. I personally would go straight up to 300 and not take any money, but you can just do press, double your bet, take it up to 250. Take it up to 250, well, what does that pay? Guess what? It's still in the black and green. It pays 350. And guess what happens when you say press? You go from 250 to 500. One color. One color. Look at that. How easy is that? Especially when it pays in 2 colors. You want to press, double your bet again? There you go. You're actually at a 1 color bet. And then again, 2 colors. Quick, easy to pay. Quick, easy to pay, and also very, very quick and easy to calculate. The dealers don't have to stop and think. They don't have to run the progression. They don't have to break your bet into smaller pieces in order to figure out what it pays. This would be, these bets would be nearly as annoying on the 6 and 8. They're actually easier on the 6 and 8, but there's some standard progressions here that could be done instead. 30 to 60, absolutely. 60 to 120, sure, that's pretty common as you want to keep doubling your bet. 120 to 240, sure, this 240 is pretty easy. Yes, we're in the multiple color thing, but with the 6 and 8, oftentimes you can't avoid it because of the units of 6 type of thing. But from here, instead of going up to 480, which you can do, I personally would go up to 300 because now I'm looking at trying to get myself down to those 1 or 2 color bets, or those 1 or 2 color bets and those 1 or 2 color payouts for the speed. Speed and ease for me, and also ease for me to read my bet as a player. I like to be able to look over, glance over, and know exactly how much money I have on that bet. I don't want to have to ask the dealer, hey, how much is my bet there? I want to be able to just glance over and go, oh yeah, that's right, I've got 300 on it, and it's going to pay me in 2 colors. Super easy. I actually would go from 120 probably to 300, throw in the money for that, or go from 120 to 150 and then 300. Somewhere along those lines is where I would do it. So it's interesting, and I like this, and I like where the thought process is. Pick a bet progression where all the numbers are going to be the same. The only problem is if you actually catch a decent roll, you're going to hurt the roll a little bit because you're going to grind them to a little bit of a stop right here in this area, and you're going to make them have to stop, because not only do they have to stop and they have to calculate it out, the dealer cannot just calculate it out in their head real fast, pay it, ship it, send it. No. The box, who's going to be watching the game, once they're going to be watching all the payouts, then they get to this one, then they glance over and you're cutting this payout out, and they're going to stop you. They're not going to let you ship the payment, actually send the money out until they have calculated it out, which means now they need to stop and stare at it, or have the dealer break it down for them. If there's a lot of other bets in the way, the dealer may have to break it down outside so that the box can look at it, calculate it out, and then agree that it matches with what the dealer is getting to pay out. Some of these bets are just going to make the game stop. Whereas if you can get it down to 1 or 2 color bets, the game is just going to keep flowing. It's going to keep flowing, keep flying, especially because when you get into stuff like this, that means you are on a hot roll. You're on a 20, 30, 40, 50-minute roll. That roll where you're making thousands if you do it right, and keep those dice flowing. So I hope you guys find this interesting. Again, I like the thought process. I like the progression. I really like what they're doing. I just would tweak those numbers a little bit, tweak those bets a little bit. Thank you guys for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe. We'll catch you guys next time. Bye now.